So here we have my Smoot saw handle number 3. This is the project pistol I had done a video on earlier, and I was about to do a follow-up video, and all of a sudden, while I was getting ready to do the video, I cocked it, and the spring broke. So this is the main spring. I guess it would go this way. This is what puts tension on the hammer and allows it to fire. And I guess I got a stress fracture. Upon looking at it, I realized that this wasn't a super well-made spring. Somebody had made it who knows when in the past. I mean, it obviously held up for a while because I've shot this thing numerous times. But eventually it decided to give up and it cracked. And I was left without the spring. It's not like you can go down and buy springs. So I figured, well, here's my chance. I guess I'm going to have to make a new mainspring. Now, I've done it before, but I've never finished. I had another Smoot, a number 1 actually, and I was working on a mainspring for it because it broke on me. And I got most of the way done, but before I could do the heat treating, I ended up selling it to a fella that collects Smoot number 1s, and I assume he had a spring for it. But this time I went and got some bar stock, some 01 tool steel, and 01 being oil hardening. So got it in close to the right diameter, so close to this, and did my best to craft a spring out of it. I started by cutting it to size and shaping it with a file as a flat piece, and then I used the jaws of the vise to carefully bend it to match the original spring here. Now, in hindsight, if I had known what I knew, if I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have used the vise the way I did. I would have put a softener in, piece of leather, something to just not have that sharp edge, because I ended up putting subtle marks across horizontally on the spring, and that can lead to stress fractures in the future. So it took me a while, but I polished them out. That's a big part of this, is not leaving lines in the metal. If you do, you want them to be running with the length of the spring, not across it, because those lines across just give a place for, give a spot for a stress fracture to form. And, you end up with this. So anyway, got it all shaped and decided to try and heat treat it. So I heated up a lead bath and preheated my oil. Got a torch on it, got it up to cherry red. I'm not sure if it actually showed up in the camera that way. I'm not sure it was quite hot enough, but I wanted to go a little on the cooler side than overdo it. I always figured worst case scenario I could try again. But went into the oil and came out of the oil and straight into the lead bath. So I have my spring and a piece of wire, and it's all polished up and hopefully ready to go. I've got it shaped and profiled as best I can. As many of the file marks or marks from bending it and stuff are all out of it. And I've got oil preheating and a lead bath going, and I'm going to try tempering this. Hopefully it works out. Nice cherry red, a little darker, not too bright. Try and get it even. And straight into the preheated oil. And then into the lead bath for a while. Oh, that's interesting. It's trying to float. I never considered that as a possibility. But it makes perfect sense. And that was to temper it. Being a spring, you want to temper it on the hotter side because you don't want it to be super hard. You need it to be, well, springy. So, yeah, anyway, got that tempered and learned a few things, like just something I'd never thought of before is steel floats in lead. So I didn't have anything immediately available to hold it in the lead. But when I did get it in there, I left it in for, I think it was about a half hour. Research I had said, probably 2 hours might have been better, but that was from the manufacturer's website from the steel. And it was geared towards hardening it and keeping it hard, not, tempering it back to a spring. So yeah, with the new spring installed in here, oh, it's nice. It's stiff. Not too stiff. Just solid. Feels like a factory spring. I'm actually really happy with what I've managed to do here. And one thing I did notice, though, is when I made it, I thought I'd made it to the same profile as this one. And it was dang close. But apparently millimeters matter. I think the bend radius in it was maybe a millimeter or two off, and it was causing it to initially hit back here. I had to go back and rebend the spring just a little bit. Without that, it wouldn't have worked, but just that little bit of bend allowed it to function, and like I say, that feels as good as factory. So yeah, it's really great. I'm so happy with this. But anyway, yeah, so I'll see how this all looks when I overlay videos and stuff. I got a lot of still images. I wish I had done more videos of the whole process. And when I was videoing it, I don't think I was on screen very much, so I apologize for that. And yeah, hopefully it all turns out and goes together nice, and yeah, makes a good video for you guys. And if you did like this video, please like and subscribe, and yeah, we'll come do some more.